Let's talk about the pains and struggles that you don't see. Day 35 right now of my 41 day of fasting, 6 days left to go. And I want to talk about what you don't see, the lethargicness, the semi-conscious in bed, looking like a recluse. I look like I'm naked. I look like I come off a deserted island. I don't want to compare myself to anything in a war camp, but I don't look good naked. Anyway, to myself, but I've lost it's not, there's a lot of weight loss. You know, I'm hovering at around 200 pounds. I've talked about this before when I'm down 163 pounds from my heaviest, most unhealthiest. However, it's a very interesting process where mentally, spiritually, I'm still good. But the F-bombs that come out of my mouth because I'm so exhausted, I'm serious. It's 6 days left and I will cross that finish line. It's not even a finish line. I'm almost at the starting tape, and it's a new path of life for myself. And that starting tape, I am going to break through. But it's when I say fatigue, when I say drain, when I say semi-conscious in bed, where you don't want to even get out of the bed, I've hit some plateaus lately. Like, wow. Like, you sit on a couch and you just collapse. And you know, I've had people in the hospitals that I love and respect. I've had people that very close to me that died of cancer, that went to bed the last 6 months of their life, where it's called dying longer. And I've seen that and I feel that, but it's not that. I'm going through a 41-day fast here, and people ask me why, right? And my whole thing is, why not? What am I waiting for? I know why I'm doing this. I'm doing it by science. I'm doing it by data. I'm doing it by peer review. I'm doing it by study. And I'm doing it based on my own study, based on studies and research and findings and peer reviews, the whole 9 yards. But I'm going to tell you, when I say it's draining as all hell, and I mentioned a moment ago the F-bombs that come out of my mouth, like, holy sweet, like, I walk around alone and I talk to myself, and I'm lit in the evenings. I can't sleep at night because insomnia is part of the process, and it's not new to me. Like, this is thousands of years of documented information, especially like there's I've only found a handful, but there are those that have gone through these kind of fasts, that have done videos, that have done stuff like myself and talk about it openly. Like I said, I am like a recluse. I'm very, and the weight that I've lost, I know people, you're very concerned, and the weight that I've lost, etc. But that's all going to come back. I'm starting to consume calories after 8:15 p.m. this coming Monday, December 11th. That's what I'm going to, and why 41 days? Because I want to complete a full 40 days and a full 40 nights. That's why 41 days. The 40 day is the magic number. There's a lot of spiritual books on the 40 days. There's a lot of history on the 40 days, from the superhuman mind to what it does to the body, the complete restoration of the body, mind. It's very interesting. That's why I'm doing 41 days. But I'm telling you, in 1998, I ran a marathon. And that marathon, those that ran marathons know that prior to actually running the marathon, you run a lot of pre-marathon distances. And I was training for a 4-hour marathon. And in the training, there were some days that I did the training where I was coming in at 350, 345, like fresh, like sound. And I remember those days. And then the day of the marathon itself, this is 1998. I was at 32 years old. And I went in there like lit, right? And I ran into this guy and we clicked. And I was with my group and everything. And I joined him on his run. and we were on pace for like a 3 hour a 3 hour pace, a pace that I never had done for myself. And I was sound. The first 2 hours I was running, I felt great. And into that run, I started shutting down 2.5 hours into it. And we were on a 3 hour pace, like I said. And I told him to like, go, just go. I started shutting down. And if it wasn't for this bunny, a bunny is those individuals that have this unlimited amount of energy that run back and forth through marathons and help people. And this beautiful soul, if it wasn't for her, she paced me through that. I could see the finish line, and it took me like the hell and high water to get there. And this is where I'm at right now mentally. There's a lot of things that I've done in life, struggles that I've done in life. I've locked myself in riot situations, career-wise. I've been through a lot, and I think of this marathon where I was burned, I was done, I hit the wall. I could see the finish line, and there's a statement in racing, in marathon, that says the fastest way to finish a race is to cross the finish line. I could see the finish line, the starting tape for me anyways, for a new path of life. And I have 6 days left, and I will cut that starting tape and I will cross it. But I'm telling you, these last 6 days and the last few days, like yesterday, maybe at gunpoint, I can get out of the bed the first part of the day. You get out, and then I went back in, and I was like semi-unconscious, and most of it, like, was in and out, opened my eyes, telling myself to get out of the bed, and then passing out again, in and out. It's quite unique what I'm going through, and this fatigue and this lit at night. But I want to talk about the pain that I'm going through. The pains are the mind. Let's talk about the mind here. The burning that I went through my mind in the last 36 days I talked about. I went through some burning stages. The dryness in my mouth, like stuck in the Sahara Desert. Waking up at night, you're so dry, like that it almost hurts inside, or you just start talking to somebody and it hits you like you just swallow sand, and it impedes your speech. I went through the ribs, the pain in the side of the ribs. I went through processes, the radiating burn in my spine. I have a pillow behind me right now, but the radiating burn in my spine, that I went through, the fatigue in the legs, like balancing yourself in the shower, and knowing that hot water affects you. And my oxygen is sound. Like, I'm at 98% oxygen. I'm monitoring my oxygen. I'm monitoring my heart rate. I'm monitoring my urine and blood work weekly. So I'm doing it very medically sound. But it's how it affects you. And my feet, when I say cold feet, I'm talking concrete. I'm talking like they're so heavy and they're so cold, and the hands and the frozen nose, but internally frozen. It's not like you're walking through the snow and your feet are cold. It's like you wake up and the cold comes from the inside. So what's happening is that all your extremities, your body is drawing all its extremities, all the heat that it could encapsulate. I'm trying to say a word here. Encapsulate, and it's drawn from every source of its body, and it's stealing the heat. So your extremities, like your feet, your hands, the nose, they become so cold, but internally cold. Like, I swear I could probably put a nail through my feet and nail myself to something, and I wouldn't even feel it. That's how cold they get. And double socks, triple socks, double wrap blankets. I've done all that. It doesn't matter. So, when I go from my feet, those kind of conditions, but they're still happening. the pains in the ribs and the back and the burning in the head and the semi-consciousness and the fatigue and the F-bombs and everything coming out. And people ask me, how are you doing this? Like, what are you consuming? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's water, right? Number one, water. That's the number one thing in my body. I do black coffees, I do green teas, a non-calorie, right? So it's a non-calorie causing no food 41-day fast. So the water, the black coffees, the green teas, I'm drinking different types of green teas. I make my own mushroom blend, the yellow birch mushroom blend that I boil, and I do all my own recipes, which I add with cinnamon sticks and all that. I do sour sop green teas. Again, different types of green teas that I do, but everything non-calorie. Exogenous ketone is a very needed, and in there I have my electrolytes, non-calorie electrolytes. That's very important to me. There's select supplements that I consume in there, and overall, that like the select supplements, the electrolytes, the exogenous ketone, that gives me the energy boost, along with the select supplements are like the ashwagandha, a thermobutyrate product on top of the exogenous ketone, curcumin, select ones. These are all patented, Health Canada, peer review, third-party review products that I'm taking, but based on data and science here. I'm taking it to boost my autophagy. My whole process is to bring my ketone body as high as possible, which I talked about before, bring down my glutamine glucose body as low as possible. And again, it's on research and science and data and sound. And I have people that, sometimes people are quick to answer, or they just don't know, and that's fair. They just don't know, or they're concerned. That I love and appreciate, right? That I love and appreciate. But if you don't know, listen to understand. And if you don't know, research and read. We went through a period of time where people don't read, don't research. Research is reading, right? And what I've read and I've looked at from your conventional modern science and data to the lifestyle medicine, integrative medicine, holistic medicine, those with 20, 30, 40, 50 years of knowledge, institutions with 100 years of knowledge, peer reviews. I mentioned all this a moment ago, but that's what I'm going through. And I'm doing all this based on all that. I've taken it all together, my dyslexic mind, and this is what I'm doing. So to keep this video short, I wanted to say that I am going through periods of where it's hard as hell. I got 6 days left, and I am going through pains, but not pains like spiritually, mentally, I am sound. Again, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the thought processes. Thank you for the energy you send me. And please follow Big Healthy Hugs. Because when I say I'm going to go through a starter's taping for a new journey of life, I'm going to help people. I'm going to help people because I've gotten rid of so many medical conditions. And my goal is to go, they say that my cancer is not curable. We'll see. But the data and science is there that I can go so deep into remission that they can't find it. And I have a genetic makeup. If you look at the timeline, it's not good. However, I will beat this cancer and I will do this. And I want to say you from the bottom of my heart, thank you again for the loving support, the prayers and the energy that is sent to me. From my heart to yours, big, loving, healthy hugs. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, from me to you.